so glad you're here. I'm Beverly Hill, president of the Gendercide Awareness Project. We call it GenDAP for short. The entire GenDAP team welcomes you to our week of activism. Each day, we'll show you a short video about our work. To add some perspective, we use a familiar storyline, the story of the hero's journey. We hope that you will want to cheer our young scholarship women as they push aside obstacles and surmount challenges on their journey to become educated. Who doesn't know a story about a hero's quest? We all do. The hero could be Hercules tackling his 12 labors. It could be Harry Potter shadowboxing with Voldemort, matching wands and wizardry. It could be Luke Skywalker battling the evil empire. It could even be young Maverick wrestling with his demons in the cockpit of an F-14. Whoever it is, the hero accepts a set of challenges and with the help of a mentor, conquers them one by one. In so doing, she passes from youth to adulthood. Did I get your attention? I hope so. You're right that with rare exception, girls are not the protagonists in these stories. But our GenDAP scholarship young women behave like real heroes, and they demonstrate the full array of warrior values: bravery, loyalty, self-discipline, and perseverance. You see, nearly every girl we sponsor is tested in some way. The test may be that her family opposes her education and withholds praise and encouragement. The test may be that she studies at night by the light of a single lamp while the rest of her family sleeps. It may be the numerous domestic chores she must do before she can even start her homework. Or it may be malnourishment, violence in the home, or pressure to marry. Whatever it is her monster to slay. In most heroic tales, the hero is guided by a wise, experienced elder. Similarly, each of our scholarship girls has a mentor. In Nepal, we have Palmo and Ram, who direct hand and outreach on site in Kathmandu. In Uganda, we have Jolie Grace, who guides young women like Acero. In Cambodia, we have the kind and dedicated Sovachia. These mentors do far more than oversee the girl's education. They monitor each girl's home environment and identify barriers to her success in school. They smooth her path where they can, but in many instances, they support and guide her as she negotiates those challenges herself. Our hero today is Hetong, a young woman we sponsored for digital literacy classes in Myanmar. Her story is a tale of bravery. That's because Hetong, like so many mythological heroes, had to make a dangerous journey. In northern Myanmar, where Hetong lives, civil war has simmered for decades. Ethnic minorities battle against the central government, and in the course of the fighting, entire villages have been emptied and set ablaze. Other villages have been destroyed by dams and mining operations. Today, the region is filled with camps for internally displaced people, IDP camps. Families like Hetong's live cheek to jowl in one-room shacks. Meanwhile, sex traffickers comb the camps, luring vulnerable young women into the sex trade with promises of high-paying jobs elsewhere. Hetong has a radiant smile, a smile that conceals her sheer grit and courage. Hetong's father disappeared years ago, so Hetong works for a relief organization to support her sickly mother and pay for her younger brother's education. She completely understands the importance of education. It is the only pathway out of the IDP camp. A few years ago, in the middle of winter, Hetong had to travel from her home in an IDP camp to a town on the other side of some mountains in northern Myanmar. That was so she could take the university entrance exam, the Burmese equivalent of the SAT. Wisely or unwisely, she set out on foot, by herself, with no food. She made a dangerous solo trek along a road like this, braving snow, cold temperatures, steep ascents, and rock slides. As she neared her destination, kind strangers gave her food and drove her the rest of the way. Exhausted, Hetang took the exam, passed it, and returned home the same way. Luckily, she made it safely. Hetang risked her life to take that exam. We might call her foolhardy, but had she not taken her chances, she would live as a refugee forever. The problem lies not with Hetang, but with the circumstances that required her to make such a choice. Hetang earned an online degree and aspires to a managerial position at a relief organization. To build her skill set, she took digital literacy classes through our partner Educational Empowerment. In addition to developing her skills in Microsoft Office, she improved her English and learned to do a business presentation. She is one of 30 students the Gendercide Awareness Project has sponsored. Her bravery inspires us, and we hope it inspires you too. Hetang's courage sets the tone for our week of activism. Right now, our heroes are not braving snowy mountains, but virus particles. Our education partners have pivoted on a dime, implementing all the technologies needed to educate the girls remotely. Nevertheless, the girls are working with outdated Android phones and frequently cannot connect to the internet. In the meantime, their families may marry them off or prevent them from returning to school when the pandemic is over. Our educational partners are in overdrive, trying to maintain continuity in the girls' education and assure that each girl returns to school. They are delivering food where needed, both to the girls' families and to underemployed teachers. Please open your hearts and wallets to make sure that the girls and teachers remain safe and nourished, so that when schools reopen, everyone can spring into action. You can donate at gendap.org or on our Facebook page or on any of our current Facebook posts. Remember, we are a 100% volunteer organization. No one receives any compensation. Not only that, those of us on the GenDAP team pay all the overhead expenses. That means 100% of your donation goes to educate girls and sound the alarm regarding gendercide. Thank you for giving our scholarship girls a bright tomorrow. Please join us for the next leg of our hero's journey. Tomorrow's video is much shorter, and it focuses on another one of the warrior virtues, the virtue of loyalty.